Good evening. Welcome to the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. I am Mike Babicz, the voice of the Wilmot Raceway and other area racing from time to time. And we are coming to you. We are so excited. We are in the lobby of Five Star Race Car Bodies here in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. Their home offices, a lot of history around this place, and we're just really, really excited to be here. And we're going to talk to him briefly now. Daniel Sanchez, who's the marketing director for Five Star Race Car Bodies, and helped logistically work all this out for us, and we very much appreciate that. And welcome to your home away from home. And I know you got a few words from Carl, the owner of Five Star.
Yeah, we're just thrilled to have you guys here. It sounds like you got a great lineup of guests, and we're really excited to be on the podcast this evening.
And now the building, and we're going to talk to you more later in the program, the building that we're actually in is part of the original building that Five Star began in. Is this correct or no?
No, the original building where Fran and Carl started was, Carl had a plumbing business, and Fran was working, and he had his gas station. They needed some new body panels. It was hard to find the stock body panels. You couldn't find them in the junkyard anymore. So Carl and his plumbing and heating business folded up some ductwork, made up a body for Fran, and a lot of the local racers really loved it. And it kind of kicked off from there. The original building here that they started working out of, though, was our graphics department. It's the next building over, still fully functional. It houses, like I said, our graphics department and our maintenance shop and welding shop as well. So still a very active building and what we do in day-to-day Five Star life here.
All righty. Well, we're going to be talking to you more later on in the program. Five Star has gotten very much involved with the Case Equipment World of Outlaw late models that are coming to Wilmot Raceway for the first time ever this coming Monday night. We're excited. You guys are going to have a company outing there.
Yep.
And we're just really excited about the World of Outlaw late models coming to Wilmot for the very first time ever. We had planned on having Ruben, the voice of the World of Outlaws, with us. It's something about announcers in airplanes. I got struck over Memorial Day weekend. I didn't make it back for Founders Night at Wilmot because I got stuck in the Orlando airport. Well, as we speak, Ruben is in the air on his way to Bloomington, Illinois, and he had planned on being in Bloomington by now so he could join us actually from Fairbury, which is where the Outlaws are going to be at on Friday and Saturday this weekend. So we are going to see if we can't get Ruben on next week's show to kind of talk about what happened at Fairbury, what happened at Wilmot. And I've been told he is just a real stitch to listen to. He's a lot of fun.
Oh, I love Ruben. We see him at the Dirt Car Nationals every February in Volusia, and it's always a treat to get to see him. So bummed out he couldn't make it tonight, but excited to get to hear him announce this weekend at the PDC and then Wilmot on Monday.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to working with him. So we're going to let you slide off because we're going to actually shift gears and we're going to talk to John. We're going to bring John in from Great Lakes Dragway and talk to him about some drag racing that'll be going on at Great Lakes Dragway. John, welcome to the program.
Hi, Mike. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. And we appreciate you coming on a little bit earlier than normal, but that's okay. I know you're flexible.
Absolutely.
We got a lot coming up at Great Lakes Dragway, and also this coming weekend, the two Great Lakes Dragway and Wilmot Raceway are combining efforts. And on Saturday, we're going to be at the Hartnell Chevrolet on Saturday. And Hartnell Chevrolet on Route 83 there, a little bit south of Highway 50, is also working with the Culvers of Paddock Lake. And we're going to have custard. We're going to have custard and cars. 11
Nice.
till 2 p.m. on Saturday. We have a number of drivers from Wilmot that are planning on joining us. And I know, John, that you were talking to some of the folks from Great Lakes that race over there, and they may stop in and have their cars on display too. And we're just looking forward to a great time. And it has been, and I've said this numerous times on our program, it's been a great partnership between Wilmot Raceway and Great Lakes Dragway. It's two different types of racing. We're within 10, 15, 20 miles of each other at the most.
Right.
We have worked together to co-promote different events, and we're looking forward to expanding that partnership and cooperative attitude between the folks at Wilmot, Jenny and Chris at Wilmot, and then of course Randy, yourself over at Great Lakes. But tell us about what's going to happen on the track at Great Lakes Dragway. I know tonight is Wednesday. You've got me watching, John. It's night.
Yeah, ladies' night tonight, and the ladies are ahead, which is they're doing pretty good here. So, good night for that tonight, and then tomorrow we got our Sticky Thursdays for drags and drag radials and slicks only, and then we're looking forward to this weekend on the 27th and 28th is the big Mopar and AMC festival. That's really a good time. That's going to be gates are going to open at 9:00. We got drag racing, a car show, swap meet. Chicago Wise guys will be running there in some match races. There's going to be a couple. If you want to enter a Mopar or an AMC trophy race, there's going to be one of those. You can go do people can do open time runs, and then there's going to be a money special type race for a bracket type race, and then the car show they're going to have, and you can enter the car show for your spectator admission, and then whoever wins, they're going to judge on Sunday. Gets to go down the track, one lap for free, and see how they like that.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun and something a little bit different. We are going to have a couple of our Bandit drivers on in a little bit later in the show. Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson and his girlfriend Jennifer Rooney are both going to be on together. We'll try to keep them from not fighting when they come on. And we're going to have the Crane brothers, Derek and Nathan Crane, and Cooper, who is the next. I'm saying it here. He is going to succeed me at Wilmot Raceway as the track announcer.
Oh, nice.
So we're looking forward to having Cooper on the program. Cooper has already announced with me once at the big go-kart event that his dad Nathan puts on up there in Waukesha, and we'll talk to Nathan a little bit about that too a little bit later. So a lot of fun, and we're having a lot of fun. It's a beautiful facility, and we're going to find out more about this number 99 car. Some guy named Dick Trickle used to drive this this actual car, and so that's kind of cool. It's our backdrop tonight. We do want, and John, I know that we always let you get in how folks can find out more information about Great Lakes Dragway, where they can go, website, Facebook page. I know you got a young man that's really doing gangbusters for you guys over there at Great Lakes Dragway. So tell the folks how they can find out more information about what's happening.
Well, our website, greatlakesdragway.com. You can always go on the website there. If you want to call, day to day to find out if there's a rain out or information, the phone call there, the phone number there is 262-878-3783. And like I say, on our Facebook page, Great Lakes Dragway Facebook page, the young man, Nathan, he is doing a killer job keeping things up to date and taking photos of the track hourly almost and posting a lot of things. So it's really been a good shot in the arm for the social media for us.
And last week I had your two announcers on with us, Mark and Mike.
Yeah, great guys. They really work good together. It's pretty entertaining when they're both in the tower and they're feeding off each other, going back and forth. We're pretty blessed to have those two guys.
And rumor has it, at least one of them may show up at Wilmot Monday night for the World of Outlaw Late Models.
Oh yeah. Definitely, I'll be out there to see that too. That's a neat thing to watch. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Great Lakes is quiet on Monday nights, so
Yeah,
we're looking
perfect.
forward to having you guys come out. Well, again, we appreciate everything that you've done to work with us this year. We will definitely be in touch again next Wednesday, like we are each and every Wednesday. Remember, Great Lakes Dragway is racing as we speak until what, 9, 10 o'clock tonight? Things
Yeah,
will
about
wrap up.
10 o'clock or so is where we usually wrap it up. Yeah, it's kind of nice with those nice big LED lights there. It's well lit up, so it's great to do some night racing.
There you go. And again, ladies get to race for free and get in for free, correct?
That's correct. Wednesday nights. Yeah, that's a good deal. Good
So
time to just
guys,
come up
if
and
you
try
want
it.
to be real cheap and be have a cheap date, take her out to Great Lakes Dragway because you only got to pay for you. You don't
Right.
have to pay for her. Just don't let her get behind the wheel of the car because she may smoke you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what's been happening this year. They've been doing real well. Yeah. It's
Well,
always fun.
maybe we can get our two bandit drivers to come out there and race against each other. Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson and Jennifer Rooney. We're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah,
We'll work on that when they come out there.
it's also a good time for the guys to come out on Wednesday to do the bracket race because there's a men's bracket race and it's real laid back. If you ever wanted to learn or get started in doing the bracket racing, that's a good environment to get started in, just for fun. So no pressure.
Right, and I know too, particularly on Sundays when you kind of have open racing and a lot of people come out and do test and tunes. The day after the rocket cars were there, you had at least one, I think maybe even two rocket cars show up and make some practice runs on Sunday. And folks just paid the normal fee on Sunday. They thought they were just going to watch some bracket racing, and they got to see a rocket car.
Yeah, that's kind of the neat thing there. You never know what's going to show up. I've been out there during the week, and some real famous heavy hitters like some of the street outlaw guys maybe be there testing if they have a race in the area or they're getting work done on their car. All of a sudden, somebody shows up on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night that you never expected to be there. It's kind of neat.
All righty. Well, again, thanks a lot, John. We'll look forward to talking to you on next Wednesday. And if you make it down to Wilmot on Monday for the World of Outlaw Late Models, make sure you stop by and say hi to me up in the tower.
Will do. I'll do that. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you,
do
John.
that.
Take care.
Yeah.
God bless.
Thanks.
And that was John joining us with our weekly update from Great Lakes Dragway. And we want to thank some of our marketing partners that we have here for the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. Of course, tonight we can't say enough and thank Five Star Race Car Bodies, Carl Schultz and Daniel Sanchez, that allowing us to come to their home. And this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Also want to thank John Hatterline, attorney at law, Force One Performance, the Irwin family, B&L Office Furniture, Scott Carpenter. Yes, Scott, your sign is on Dick Trickle's car. We're going to see. Now, if it falls tonight, I mean, I'm nowhere near it. It'll be Dick Trickle that knocks it over. So we'll just see if it makes it the whole show. Great Lakes Dragaway, Steve Sinclair and the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars. They completed their Western swing in North Dakota and Minnesota last week. Actually, the Crane brothers could probably give us an update on who won out there. We'll talk to them in a little bit about that. And the IRA is going to be running this weekend on Friday night at the Dodge County Fairgrounds with the Harry Neitzel Memorial. And on Saturday, they'll be at the Plymouth Dirt Track. So they've got two shows up north this coming Friday and Saturday night on the big half mile and then on the third mile on Saturday. So again, you can go to Bumper to Bumper IRA Sprints.com. And of course, Wilmot Raceway. We're going to race Saturday with the Wing 604 cars, the wingless cars, the IRA Lightning Sprints, and the Bandits have been added to this Saturday night too. And before that, we're going to go to the car show, 11 a.m. till 2. That's 11 a.m. till 2 o'clock. And Kent is going to do his Vanna White impersonation at Hartnell Chevrolet. And again, we want everybody to stop by for some free samples of custard, thanks to Culver's on Paddock Lake, and also take a look at some neat-looking cars. Maybe decide to buy a car, too. You never know. At Hartnell Chevrolet
on Highway 83, a little bit south of Highway 50. A few other of our marketing partners we want to thank as well: Fox Lake Harbor, the Richmond Hunt Club,
Midwest Motor Coach, and Rob Olson and Olson Transportation, Eddie and Debbie Boyd, and the fine folks at MLS Auto Clinic. Impressions count. Randy does a great job for us, and he has a really neat looking street machine. I might try to twist his arm and get him to bring it to Hartnell on Saturday. Weeby Waxon, Chad does a great job shining things up. And of course, Bodycraft, Mark and Tony Maglio providing the pace vehicle at the Wilmot Raceway, along with M3 Custom Creations. And of course, the Bodycraft pace truck will be out there at the car show on Saturday, and then at Wilmot Raceway Saturday night, and Monday at Wilmot once again. And we always look forward to seeing that. Buddies of McHenry, Sean, we want to thank Sean, and we're going to stay tuned. We're going to show up at Buddies sooner or later. We are going to be there because they got really good food, and I can't stay away from really good food. So we're going to stop by and visit with those folks. Culver's of Paddock Lake, I mentioned, they are helping to support the candy drop, which will be happening at Wilmot Raceway a week from Saturday, August the 3rd. And if anyone would like to get involved in the candy drop, helping to support it, they can contact me. They can contact Chris Klemko. They can contact Jenny in the fair office, and we'll get you involved in the candy drop. Looking for some folks to help us out with that, so we can make lots of youngsters happy. And then also A-Main Apparel and Diecast, the Tennyson family. Of course, Lake County Honor Flight, Stars and Stripes Honor Flights. NICASA, that's going to have their, what do they call it? The new game. Pickleball. They're going to have a pickleball fundraiser on August the 25th. We'll have more information on that soon. Nielsen Enterprises, of course, Libertyville Manor, Generations of Care, Young and Heart Preschool, Bill Fusting and his fine crew at Lake County Hose and Equipment, and Bill races in the nostalgia kind of drags when they run from time to time at Great Lakes Dragway. I got to see him. Kathy and I got to see him at the Night of Fire, and looking forward to seeing those folks. And again, if you want to get involved with us, reach out. Info at 216thenet.com, and we can get you involved as a marketing partner with the Let's Go Racing Motorsports report.
Jimmy Eunice
Yep.
says, what's up, Magic Mike, and Nathan Crane's first appearance on Wayne Sprint Car on Saturday.
Yep, and we're going to be talking to him about that shortly. We were just talking before off mic that he races just about anything with four wheels and a steering wheel. We haven't gotten him in a fender car yet. So, I mean, he could probably do some negotiating with Daniel. Daniel's got a UMP late model. He's got a UMP mod. Might be able to work something out there. You never know.
And our good friend Sean Sticks says, hey, Mike, what's that?
Oh, he's great to hear from Sean. He had some health issues there for a while. He's coming around, and we can't wait to see him at the racetrack. We're looking forward to seeing him soon at the racetrack. So, and when we get back later on, we've got an update that we've got to pass along on somebody that I just confirmed last night is going to be racing in the World of Outlaw late models on Monday. Stay tuned. Well, while we get some new guests in here, you're going to hear about what's going to happen at Wilmot Raceway on Monday night.
The World of Outlaws, get ready for a Monday night battle at Wilmot. The most powerful late models on the planet prepare for a week of Wisconsin late model action with a date at Wilmot Raceway on July 29th. The Outlaws will duke it out around this 1/3 mile for a $10,000 payday. The World of Outlaws, one night only at Wilmot Raceway on Monday, July 29th. Tickets at worldofoutlaws.com. Be there.
Come on over.
Should I grab this one and bring it over?
Yeah, unless you're going to stand up the whole time. But we don't want you to cover up the racetrack. Definitely don't want you covering up the racetrack. We'll get you over here.
Where are we sitting? Here? All right.
Ken will tell you. If you're not in the right spot, he'll tell you.
Okay, good.
All right. So first of all, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I think folks can figure out who Jenny is and who Ryan Tiny Horse is. You know, Jenny's the girl, Tiny Horse is the boy. So, and they are boyfriend girlfriend. We discussed that should we really put them next to each other on the set, but you know, just play nice now. But we're going to start off with Jenny and Jennifer Rooney, and tell the folks a little bit about your racing background, how you got started in racing, and you know what it's like to race against your boyfriend. Cooper, it's not time for you yet.
So this is my 4th season racing. I got into racing the Bandits because of Ryan. After his first season, I kind of talked about me getting a car, which ended up happening. So he raced 1 season, then I came along. Originally, growing up, it was not circle track that I wanted to do. I wanted to drag race. Yep, I wanted to drag.
John can help you with that.
Okay.
And tonight, ladies' night,
Yeah.
you can race for free.
Yep, gotta shoot over there.
So we're going over there after this.
There you go.
So I started dating Ryan, who ended up being in a Bandit class, and it spiraled from there. Now we're 4 seasons and 5 seasons in.
This is my 6th season, so it's your 5th season, I believe. Yeah.
This is
I'll figure
this
it
no,
year.
Ryan. Let me tell you something. Okay. Now it's almost as important as remembering your wedding anniversary.
Oh.
You better remember how many years you guys have been going out. Otherwise, you are going to be in deep doo-doo.
No, was that the question? I misunderstood the question. Sorry. I thought we were talking about how many years we've been racing.
Well, that too.
Okay. Well,
Do they coincide?
No.
She started racing before you started dating?
No.
No. We've been dating longer than we've started been racing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we're getting it all
We
straight.
started racing after we started dating. So
I see. Okay, now we got that clarified. Now you're off the hook, at least for the next 5 minutes, until after you go to Great Lakes Dragway and she beats your tail. And then
yeah.
she's going to tell me all about it, and I'm going to tell everybody about it Saturday night on Mike. So
He knows everything.
Just like when we were at Rockford and you announced that I missed my birthday party.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told everybody that you missed your birthday party. Did you get any birthday cake after that, though?
The next day.
Yeah.
I still screwed up the surprise party Saturday.
Whoops. Oh, well, that's the way it goes, you know.
Yeah, it happened. I got to run Rockford though, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was kind of neat to, you know, I announced the second to the last race when I announced you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that was kind of neat. Unfortunately, and looking at some of the Facebook postings recently, I mean, it's really almost all gone now.
Yeah.
Grandstands are down, everything's down.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta support your local track
Mm-hmm.
because you never know when it's going to be gone.
Right. It could be gone tomorrow. You don't know.
That's right. So tell us about your racing. We heard about Jennifer's, how she, because of you and all your fault, that she's going in circles instead of going straight.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about drag racing, and I don't know how to get started. It was 2018. I knew Brad Becker, and we started hanging out a lot more that year. And started go-karting, and little did I know, he started putting me through his kind of driver course, I guess, if you will. And towards the end of the season, he asked me to run his car in 2019 because he was going to be taking a year off. And he let me run one race at the end of 2018, which I did, and then ran full-time in 2019, which then she got the bug because we were already together. And she's like, that looks like a lot of fun. And I'm like, it is. And I ran Brad's car my first 2 years racing. I was like, it'd be cool to have my own. So I went out, found my own car, and had that car ever since so far.
I just realized, so if I had my own car longer than you've had your own car?
Well, I can tell by the look in her face, she differs with you.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I was thinking of the same car, but no, you've had your own car
Yeah.
longer than I've had my own car. Yes, you're correct. Sorry.
Well, and it is interesting that we're seated in front of a ASA car because Brad Becker raced ASA.
Yes.
Can you drive it? I don't think so. We can talk to Daniel, but I got a feeling Carl, whose office is next to the conference room, might have something to say about that.
I mean, I get it. Doesn't mean I don't want to.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, Brad, and I don't know how many people realize that Brad used to, before he was racing bandits, he used to race ASA type cars.
He's told us about a lot of cars. The
Oh,
ASA, he used to have, I think, one of the truck cars or truck race
NASCAR
vehicles.
trucks.
Yeah, I don't think it was a NASCAR one, was it?
Oh, it was the Midwest Truck
I
Series.
think it's the Midwest, possibly.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of go karting. I know he's had a pretty
Extensive career.
I couldn't think of the right word.
Now, the current point standings, I have not looked at them. I don't know if you guys have. She probably has. You probably know where. But who's on first? What's on second? Who's ahead of who right now in the points going into Saturday at Wilmot?
I think Ryan Andrews is leading. Craig Cruiser, I'm pretty sure, is second, and I'm third. And we're separated by like 2 points.
And where's Miss Jen?
I have fallen in the ranks after the last 2 races. I had 2 DNFs, so I believe. I think I fell down to 7.
Oh, that's still in the top 10. There's still some racing to go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And, I know that there was some people were happy that they had added Saturday. Some people were like, why? But I mean, you look at it, you guys had already lost what, 3 nights?
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
out of 5
Out
or
of
6, I mean, that's a pretty good batting percentage, but that's not a good percentage when you're trying to race.
Right.
No, definitely not.
So, the opportunity to get in there, I mentioned it to Chris Klemko, and Chris goes, let me think on it. And then the next day, a couple days later, they announced that, we're going to do it. We're going to add the bandits. And I think it's a great opportunity for the guys and gals to get some extra racing in that you otherwise wouldn't have gotten.
I really appreciate being added. I know it doesn't happen very often, but it is nice. But I do understand it's not so short notice that people can't try and make arrangements unless it's, something that people have to do, like lives happen, and I understand that. It sucks for those people. But at the same time, me personally, I prefer to race, so.
Right.
Well, and actually Scott Carpenter, who he liked to make a lot of excitement on July 1st. He wanted to have his own fireworks before we had the fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's leading the heat race and going down the back straightaway, and the engine compartment erupts and in flames. And
I was right behind him.
Yeah.
I got the whole thing on my
You were
GoPro.
next to him.
Well, yeah, I was behind him, and then I was next to him. Yeah.
When he pulls up in the infield, and the Nielsen Enterprises and Twin Lakes Marine and Fire Safety Team pounced on the car and got it out. But I just spoke to him actually last night while he was working on the car, and he jokingly said, he says, I know one thing. Chris Klemko and the guys that run the wingless and the wing sprint cars, it's easier for them to change a motor than it is for me to change my motor in my Bandit.
Uh-huh.
He goes, I've never seen so many plugs and things, and this has got to be plugged into here, and you don't know why it goes to there, but you have to have it to there, or the car's not going to work. And actually, if he texts me, I'll let everybody know he was hoping to fire it up tonight.
Okay.
He didn't know if he was going to stop by and see us here at 5 Star because he was going to try to see if the engine would actually turn over tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So he still got 2.5, 3 days
Right.
to fix it.
Right.
if it doesn't start.
We have basically the exact same car, so we know
Right.
everything that he's gone through. We've had to replace a couple engines already at this point.
Well, and I know too for the Bandits, you guys were very excited and appreciative. B&L Office Furniture and All American Tire and auto repair of Lindenhurst and Kenosha. They want me to make sure people know that they do have a facility and a shop in Lindenhurst, as well as the one in Kenosha. But they came on board and, our marketing partners for the Bandits this year. And I think that was really a cool thing that we were able to get worked out, between the efforts of Scott, myself, and Chris Plumco. We got it to happen. And, I think it's exciting that you guys have that. A lot of times an entry-level class everybody thinks, oh, they're entry-level, nobody worries about them, and you always hear the names, like even, NASCAR. Everybody talks about the big divisions, and the little guys. You all started somewhere. And you find out that a lot of these drivers started somewhere. And most of them didn't jump right into a NASCAR, Cup car, right, or an Indy car, or a World of Outlaw sprint car, or a World of Outlaw late model that we're going to see on Monday at Wilmot. Right. A lot of them started in go-karts. A lot.
I hear that a lot. Like you said, a lot.
Start in karts and then you work your way up. And I've always felt, I learned that even in my days announcing with Jack at Trackside Edison. You give as much excitement and support to the lower classes as you do to the premier class. And the thing I love about Wilmot, probably get in trouble saying this, on a lot of nights, you guys put more people in the grandstand. And I can tell it by the reaction of the crowd when you guys are racing.
I love to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
It's, I mean, I can hear it, I can see it, and sometimes you guys are last, and there's still people up there cheering. Like it was the Indy 500. I mean,
shout out to my Auntie Robin. That's probably her. How famous is she's got this huge voice, and she just shares it at the track.
Well, and that's all right. I mean, it is cool to see, and I mean, and we've seen some of the drivers in the Bandits move up. Jordan Paulson started out in Bandit, and now he's run wingless. He's run wing cars. And we've seen that. Any thoughts of either of you to go in something else, a little different?
Remember, mom's watching.
I'll drive anything.
You could tell mom to. But is it time to go to the bathroom or something? No, not you. Her.
Oh, her. That makes more sense.
Because the last time we had brought up getting into a wingless or a winged car, she's not for that.
No, her mom was yelling at me.
Oh yeah, it would be fun though.
Well, I must tell you, Ralph Johnson was nice enough to let me, the day after my birthday, do a bucket list and get in his car and run it at Wilmot in practice. And I'll never forget, when I was getting ready to go out there, Chris Plumco came up to me and he says, "I'm going to tell you one thing, Mike." And I said, "What's that?" He says, "If you hit the wall," he says, "you're repainting it." He says, "That's all I'm telling you. You hit the wall, you're repainting it." And I didn't hit the wall. But I did. It was fun. It was a great experience, and this weekend, or when you guys are ever racing together, do you worry about where each other are, or you're just racing your race, and we'll see who finishes where when the checkered flag falls?
I think it's more run my own race unless something happens. Like the last couple of red flags we had, it's like I gotta find them on the track. Okay, they're fine. Okay, we're up.
Kind of the same thing. I mean, on the track, obviously, if you're passing them or they're passing you, you see their cars and you're like, oh, they're doing pretty good, or I'm doing pretty good, whatever. But you're still running, your own race and worried about your own car at the time. But my brother flipped last year, and when we came to a stop in 3 and 4, I was looking down the track and I couldn't tell. All I could see was an 11, so I couldn't tell if it was him or Carey. And it kind of worried me, but I heard everyone cheering when he got out the car. I'm like, okay, everything's okay, everything's fine. But yeah,
And that's one thing too. Our safety team does try to make sure they let Dave Rudolph know, or Brent, our race directors, to, hey, everybody's okay, and then they can pass it on the receiver, to you guys. Hey, everybody's all right, and we'll get going as soon as we get everything cleaned up. So I always let you guys, when you win a feature, I always let you do it. Jennifer, this will happen. I don't think we've ever had a female bandit feature winner. Oh, yes, we have.
Courtney.
Courtney.
I was gonna say before.
Oh, man, I'm going to be in trouble now. She won a feature because she won the championship.
Right.
But people you want to thank, sponsors that you want to thank, getting to the racetrack. You get to go first.
I'm going to forget my sponsors and I know it. But obviously, I want to
He's
thank
going to pull
Ryan.
them up off of my race passport.
Right.
All of them are right here.
All right.
Well, all of mine. So I'll skip over it. I think we won one. So that's mine. That's not hers.
Well, I definitely want to thank Bodycraft because that's my newest sponsor for this year. Sturtevant Auto has been a long-time sponsor of ours. Harpster Welding and Fabrication. I think that's how you say it. He's another one of our newer sponsors. I also have Professional Auto out in Ingleside, Illinois. So those are my main sponsors. Oh, and Wisco. Forgot Wisco started sponsoring us this year too.
All of us.
Yes. And then obviously I want to thank Ryan for getting me into the sport, and he was here to be moral support, and now he's on the show tonight. So that and
You never know what might happen when you show up.
I had a feeling, but
and then I've got to thank my mom and my dad for looking down on me at this point. So
Well, and I got to ask you this, and because it's part of the racing thing. How young are
me, I'm 27.
you? Okay, so and so you've been racing since you were then 22.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, and now it's your turn. I mean, you should have this down pretty good by now. The number of features you won, the championships, the banquets you've been at. You should be able to do this without that.
well, I say that's not. It's
Let's
not
test
even
it.
that. I have that a lot farther down. I'd have to scroll for that. No, I got to thank Wisco for coming on board this year, sponsoring all 3 of our cars. Baby's Pub out in Kenosha. Now you put a lot of pressure on me.
All right, I'll let
No,
you
it's all right.
I don't want you to lose any money because you didn't mention it.
No, Bodycraft out in Antioch. Uncle Tony, thank you, and Mark. Sturtevant Auto, they've been with us for a long time. Them and Bodycraft both. Kilps Maintenance Service, Harpster Welding Fabrication. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's everybody. But also a big thanks to all my family and friends that come out and support not just us, but our whole class every time we race. My dad, Tim, he does so much work on the cars that nobody knows about.
Oh gosh, we wouldn't have cars if it wasn't for Tim.
Pretty much. We would have missed a lot of races if it weren't for him. He does a lot. Yeah, got everybody there.
And now Saturday, I know you guys love car shows, and I know you were planning on coming when you weren't racing. Well, now you're racing, but the car's got to be ready. I mean, you guys, last time you raced was July 1st. I mean, it's the 24th. You've had plenty of time.
We've had a lot of time.
So we're going to see you Saturday for some custard. 11 o'clock. You can leave early if you really have to.
It's not even that. One of the trailers might still be filled with scrap metal, so we might have to.
Well, unfortunately, I do.
Well, then just drive the car down. I mean,
I will. If you'll pay the tickets.
yeah. We'll see what we can do.
It's not far. We live close. So.
Yeah.
No, you do. And so that's 11 to 2 at Hartnell Chevrolet, and Culver's and Paddock Lake. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I know you guys like and that's a tradition I love you guys have done, is letting the kids sign time.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And I don't know where that started. I got it from Brad Becker. I don't know if he got it from somebody else, but I love that we've gotten everybody on
Right.
board with it because the kid's face is just.
No, you cannot sign Dick Trickle's car. That's not going to happen.
All right, I'll settle for driving.
Oh,
Daniel's somewhere listening to all this, so we'll see what we can do.
Please.
All right. Well, again, thanks a lot for coming in, and Tiny Horse, thank you for coming on impromptu. That's half the fun of racing. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely not. I appreciate you having me on.
Okay, well, go enjoy all the refreshments and all that are in the green room there, and keep my wife occupied.
Thank you, Mike.
And we'll see you a little later.
See you later.
Do want to give you a quick update. We were talking about some of the drivers that raced other places. Tom Eller and Ralph Johnson both raced this last weekend at Champaign County Speedway in Central Illinois, and then they also raced in Indiana, and Ralph qualified quick time, and Tom qualified third, and then Tom started fourth in the heat race, and Ralph started sixth. Tom Eller finished second in the heat, Ralph finished third. Tom started sixth in the feature, Ralph started ninth. Tom finished second in the feature, Ralph finished third. And if you want to see a cool picture, you go to Tom Eller's Facebook page. There's a really neat shot of the two of them side by side coming for the checker. So that was pretty cool. And then Tom had the fastest lap time in the heat and the feature, and Ralph had the second fastest lap time in both the heat and the feature. Then they raced, and again, that was at Champaign County Speedway with the American Sprint Car Tour. So 2 weeks ago, they raced with USAC, and this week they raced with the American Sprint Car Tour, and then went over and raced in Kokomo, I think. Paragon, Indiana, and had some fun there. They didn't make it out of the B main, but they were up against some big guns.
Yeah.
I understand.
the Dragons.
Yeah, the top four from USAC were there, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So, before we start talking, all right, you brought your own bottle, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cooper. I think do we need another quick break? We'll take another quick break, and you're going to hear again what's going to happen Monday night at Wilmot Raceway.
The world of outlaws, get ready for a Monday night battle at Wilmot. The most powerful late models on the planet prepare for a week of Wisconsin late model action with a date at Wilmot Raceway on July 29th. The Outlaws will duke it out around this 1/3 mile for a $10,000 payday. The World of Outlaws, one night only at Wilmot Raceway on Monday, July 29th. Tickets at worldofoutlaws.com. Be there.
Welcome back to the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. I am Mike Babicz, your host, and yes, we are live inside Five Star Race Car Bodies in Twin Lakes. Again, we thank Carl Schultz, the owner of Five Star Race Car Bodies, Fran Preste, the founder of Five Star Race Car Bodies, and also Daniel Sanchez, who is the marketing director, and we're going to have Daniel on with us in the next segment and talk to him a little bit about his racing and also the World of Outlaw event that's coming up Monday. Five Star is having a company outing. They're bringing 280 employees out to the racetrack on Monday.
That's awesome.
They're looking forward to a great evening of racing. The World of Outlaw late models, as well as the IMCA modifieds that run regularly at Wilmot, are both on the card on Monday night. So, no, Cooper doesn't stay. Cooper comes over.
Okay.
Cooper
Yeah.
comes over. Okay. Come on.
He's all ears.
Oh, he's even reaching out to me.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? Cooper, so for our viewers out there that don't know, Cooper joined me on the microphone at up in Waukesha.
The famous fourth annual.
Yeah, his dad can take over now and talk about where Cooper and I joined forces, along with Scott Carpenter.
Yes, and 53 other racers. Yeah, so it was a absolute great turnout at the fourth annual Midwest Racers. This fifth annual, we're trying to get to rent out the whole facility and also have floor racing. So a lot of things to look forward to in this coming either end of October or sometime in November. So.
And I know that earlier you were already soliciting Daniel Sanchez to race.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. And I don't stop. Anytime I see somebody, I'm like, hey, you want to have a really good time, like, hitting somebody and not get in trouble, not docked or anything, positions or anything. But yeah, no, it's always a good time to race in some rental carts, and it's the reason we do it is just it's before the racing season in March, and then after the racing season in November, and just just to have a good time, see people that you don't maybe never get to see, or just more so do things you can't do on the real track.
And I forgot to ask her, didn't Jennifer do pretty good in the
Yes, she finished, I want to say 4th or 5th, and she won her main, and we had all the way to a G or F main. That's what we had. F main, yeah, and she won it.
And she won, yeah.
And she won the main, yeah.
No, Tiny Horse didn't win it.
Nah, she kicked his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, well, actually, they plan on going over the Great Lakes Ragway after this, for women's night,
that's awesome.
ladies' night, and so we're going to see what happens over there.
Absolutely.
So, and I've noticed this, and you guys are even in apparel tonight. You guys don't wear a lot of your own gear.
No.
Correct.
You love to support other racers.
Absolutely.
And so, first of all, Nate, tell folks about what you're wearing.
Yes. Well, what I'm wearing today. No, I'm repping CMS, Colburn Motorsports. I'll actually be running their wing cart tomorrow, or excuse me, I'm thinking today's Friday. On Saturday night at Wilmot. Very excited. It's going to be my first time in a wing car. Very anxious, very nervous, but they got a good piece. They got a good engine, or a great engine, and very excited to see what we can do. And I'm repping Temptations, hat racing for Ralph Johnson, George Gardner the third.
Ralph Johnson.
Yes, and Ralph Johnson, yes. But those are previous teams that I've had the honor to drive for, so I like to rep them, and also amongst others. So every weekend, try to do a new shirt.
There you go. Well, you're going to have to sweet talk Daniel. Maybe he's got some 5-star stuff around here.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, if only 5-star made sprint car bodies. I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'd buy some.
Well, that could be a new marketing thing.
You're going to be surprised what 5-star makes, and we're going to find out more about that when we talk to Daniel in the next segment. But and what about you, Derek? I mean, actually, you're kind of
I'm
bland
today,
Usually not. Yeah, usually repping something.
Usually I'm
And you got your hat on backwards, so we can't even see who you're representing.
Yeah, so I'm representing Daybreak Church, the second best church in Kenosha, because everyone's got their favorite church. So they're second best. They're awesome. They're actually coming out August 3rd. They're having a church outing at Wilmot, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
For candy night.
Yes, for candy night. And so thank you to Kenosha Fair, Chris Klemko and Jenny Hess for getting that done for us, because they're super excited. I told them be loud, be proud. Scream more for me than Nathan, but it'd be okay if they scream for Nathan.
Well, now we're not competing.
Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, so scream for both of us. And then I also should be running Ricky Nelson's Bandit on the 3rd too. And we were joking in there that I'm just going to door Tiny Horse after the checker. Just for no reason, just door him, just for fun.
Give him the right front.
Well, and Ricky's been on the mic quite a bit with me this year.
He's doing a really good job.
Yeah, well, he keeps calling me up, and he says, well, I may have my car fixed, and I may be racing. So if I'm racing, I'm not going to be able to announce. Then all of a sudden on Friday or even Saturday morning, the car's not ready. I'll be announcing with you.
Nice.
And then on the 1st, he broke the car. And then
was in the suit announcing.
He was in the suit announcing. Yeah. And then, of course, Scott Carpenter had to come up and give us a report on his, marshmallow, fire that he had in the infield. It's
pretty big. It's pretty big.
Yes, it was. So, but anyway, it's and now I've got Maddie working with me. She'll be back this week.
Nice.
On Saturday. So having some fun with some different folks on the mic.
Yeah. I'll take some time out of my busy schedule and try to trip over my words and be as good as you.
And you can come up as long as it's good times.
Nah, with that many eyes on me. I'm struggling right now with these 6 eyes or 8 eyes on me.
Yeah, he's giving the thumbs up. Fine.
So now this week, you're racing something different. What is your biggest adjustment you think you're going to have to make to run with the wing?
Yeah, that adjective right there in the action. No, just gonna be driving something I've never done before. So I'm not. There's gonna be a lot of left rear drive, which obviously is completely different from a wingless car. You know, you're gonna be doing most of it with your right. But I'm just excited to just get in there, see what we got. I know I'm gonna have a great crew chief and a great crew, Hall of Famer, Dick Coburn. He's gonna be there. Dick Kaiser, he's gonna be there. My buddy Jimmy Umness, he's gonna be crewing for me. Rod himself, he'll bring everything there. So I'm not worried that we won't have the piece there. I'm worried about what I'm gonna do.
What you do with the piece?
Yeah, there you go. What you do with the piece. But yeah, everybody's nervous that you don't want to be bad. You don't want to suck. There's too much effort that goes into it. You just want to do the best that you can, and that's what we're gonna do. And we'll see how everything fans out.
You know what Cooper's saying right now?
More milk.
The segment's over. I'm out of milk. There you go, buddy.
Take it back real quick. Come on.
There you go.
Do you have any questions for Cooper?
Cooper, can you say "Let's go racing"? He's working on it.
Yeah.
So, before I let you guys go real quick, I always let people get their sponsors in. So,
Sorry with me. All right. I'd like to thank Next Gen Pumps, Pullman Auto, RevTech Manufacturing, Rouge Helmets, knocked me off my rhythm. Jack's custom painted helmets, Ashley Bree Photography, Bricks and Minifigs of Kenosha, Hold My Beer, Kenosha, Painters Plus, 10V Graphics, Pinnacle Media Productions. I'm picturing my car right now. Bailing Racing Equipment, Toro Tents. They make awesome products, and my wife and family, and just friends that support us and with their time to come out and work on the shop and all that stuff. And also for 5-star, this is really cool for hosting and being a generous host too.
yeah. And now I will let you get a shameless plug-in for your own podcast.
Oh, yes. The Bench Racing Podcast on Crane Racing's Facebook page. We go live 7 p.m. Central on Mondays. I was surprised that Jennifer was a little nervous because she said that she was nervous for our show a couple of months ago. And I'm like, you're fine. And she went through it like no problem. And then she's kind of.
But she wasn't sitting next to Dick Trickle's car at 5-star's house.
I know. And not sitting next to a Hall of Famer, too. Yeah.
And Cooper.
Yes,
and Cooper's in the house.
Yeah. And we will be hosting a live podcast at Wilmot this Monday for the World of Outlaw Late Model Show, 4:30 to 5:30. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Nervous because it's my first live show where we're bringing everything out. So a little nervous there. And then next week we're going to be hosting another live event at our sponsors of Kenosha, Hold My Beer. So that'll be fun. Free axe throwing. Come thirsty, come hungry, and we'll be talking racing.
Okay, sounds good. And sponsors, you want to get in? I know you got 18 cars you're running, but try to condense it because
I will.
I do have to get Daniel on, or you can kiss that 5-star apparel goodbye.
Absolutely. No, we don't have necessarily. Me personally, I don't have too many sponsors, but more of the gratitude that all these teams that have offered rides to me and that I've got. So I want to give more of them shout outs, and then you can follow their page, and then they got their cars decked out and everything. But Rod Colburn from CMS for multiple rides throughout my career in racing. Ralph Johnson, he let me drive his car a lot this year. Big George Gertner for driving for him in 2022. Drove for Derek in 2021. And the newest, and the newest and most exciting series I'm really looking forward is to the midgets. So I got a huge shout out to Shay and Jessica Cesano for giving me a huge opportunity. And to be honest, I wish I would have drove in midgets years ago. I mean, it is. I mean, I'm loving everything that I'm driving, but I mean, those midgets, it's something else. It's little cars. Yeah, little cars. But all those teams, and again, like you said, I got all those sponsors, but it would be, I mean, it's A to Z. It's a long list, and I know we can't do it, but I just want to give more of a shout out to them. Huge thanks to my wife. After having our beautiful baby boy, I wasn't planning on racing at all last year and anything this year, just because I was thinking, I've got family now, I can hang it up. And the season came around. She's like, so like, what you doing? I was like, I wasn't planning on it. What do you mean? And she's like, you're not gonna race? And I was like, no, we got a lot of stuff going on. What do you mean? She's like, no, you should really, why don't you race? And I was like, well, if we ever get offers, yeah. And we begin offers to run for people, which I'm super grateful for. And Jimmy on this, huge, just, I would, even though I get the offers, a lot of them, you need the help to come along with you. And I would have 2 full-time jobs, so my wife can stay at home full-time and take care of Cooper. And if it wasn't for Jimmy Omnis, I mean, he drives me to the track when it's far away. He goes to the shops when I'm out there working, and he's literally the thing that makes this thing happen. His nickname is Turbo, IE, but just in case anybody didn't know. But yeah, all the teams let me drive. My wife, Lauren, my brother, my mom, my dad, all my other brothers, Cooper.
And an early happy birthday to Cooper tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Already Saturday,
That's
but
right.
tomorrow
At
is his actual birthday.
6:36 tomorrow, he'll be 1 year old already. He's only and already 1 year old.
All right. All right. Well, again, thanks a lot for coming in,
thanks for having
guys.
us.
Appreciate having you.
Yes.
And we will see you on Saturday. Good luck to you Saturday.
Thank you.
Sunday. And maybe we'll find a ride for you on Monday. You never
that'd be
know.
great. Hey,
There's a modified hanging around. There's a late
I'll
model.
drive a toilet seat. It's anything.
And
It's a lot of fun.
Brad J.J. Miller, that's my announcement. Brad J.J. Miller is going to run a late model against or with the World of Outlaws on Monday.
I thought it was.
I just confirmed it last night. Brad J.J. Miller
Pull the carpet right on.
is coming to run.
Awesome.
Well, the show's not over. I still may announce that he's driving something.
Okay. There's hope. There's hope. Yes.
All righty. We'll see you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
One more short break, and we're going to get Daniel in here real quick because I thought I was going to even talk to him longer, but we're going to have to talk to him pretty quick.
The World of Outlaws get ready for a Monday night battle at Wilmot. The most powerful late models on the planet prepare for a week of Wisconsin late model action with a date at Wilmot Raceway on July 29th. The Outlaws will duke it out around this 1/3 mile for a $10,000 payday. The World of Outlaws, one night only at Wilmot Raceway on Monday, July 29th. Tickets at worldofoutlaws.com. Be there.
All right, welcome back to Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. I am Mike Babicz, and we started the show with him. We're going to end the show with him. Daniel, again, please express our appreciation to Carl and all of your staff here and yourself in particular to make this happen. I know the drivers have enjoyed it, had a lot of excitement. Cooper's having a great time in your conference room. And, maybe he's going to, in 40 years from now or something, maybe he'll buy the place and be in the office next door. You never know. But again, we very much appreciate it. And some of the plans for 5-Star on Monday.
Yeah, we're really excited. Carl and Corey and the whole Schultz family, they're working with me, and I'm working with Wilmot Speedway. We've got about 280 employees, and we're all coming to the racetrack. They're going to get all access passes to the pits, and we have just about 100% of the dirt late model market. So it'll be really cool for some of our employees that have maybe never been to a race before to see the race cars up close, enjoy the awesome facility. Wilmot just put in all those new grandstands. They've done a really nice job, and we're really excited. We got a lot of new products coming out for the dirt late models too, so we might get to show some of that stuff on Monday night.
And also, 5-Star, the car behind us, an ASA car, a legendary Dick Trickle drove this car, and won a lot of features probably with this car. 5-Star also works besides the World of Outlaw late models, some of the other series that you work with.
Oh, I mean, we work, like you said, the World of Outlaws, Lucas Oil, our MD3 product line. We work with a ton of the dirt racing series. Dan Robinson's our MD3 product manager. He does a great job. And then on the pavement side of things, we work with the Stars Tour and the Cars Tour, and just There's so many series. The list goes on.
And NASCAR.
In NASCAR, yeah, NASCAR, NHRA. We do a lot of different series. Like I said, I could go on all night, and they're all really great to work with. They would really appreciate all of their support.
And one more quick thing I want you to mention, because most people don't know this. Across the street from us, yeah, that's where people apply for jobs and all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, you've got another whole division that you're expanding over there. Tell the folks a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have polycarbonate coating windows building across the street. We do some heavy equipment windows, automotive headlights, fixed bus windows, rail car windows.
In Jeeps?
And yep, Jeep lids. We do the clear lids. We work with clear lids for that. Ton of stuff. Ag equipment. We do a lot of windows over there, and we're looking forward to expanding in the future.
And now, I always say at Wilmot that, if you're looking for a job in motorsports, in auto racing, you can get in touch with you, or who else should they get in touch with here at 5 Star if they want to apply for a position?
They can visit our website and our careers page, or call our number here, and somebody will definitely get them pointed in the right direction for sure.
And
Cameron wants to know, says, ask Daniel about his nickname, the sales office.
Sales office guru?
The sales office gave me the nickname on my first day. I walked right in. They must have heard I raced dirt cars or something, because they all started calling me Dirty. They're like, "Hey, Dirty, what's going on?" And I was like, "Man, what? Why are you guys calling me Dirty? Like, I had all new clothes on. Like, I wanted to look good on my first day, and they called me Dirty." So, that nickname stuck, and now everybody calls me Dirty. So it's yeah, there's the story for that.
And now we must congratulate you. I have never, this is a first, I have never had a UMP modified driver on my show. And now I've not only got a UMP modified driver, a UMP late model driver, but 3 feature wins this year.
Yeah, it's been a very good year for us in the modified division, and we got a new Longhorn chassis at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and Steve Arpin and the whole crew at Longhorn have been really great to work with. My buddy Kirk is there, and we've been really blessed to have a great year. My engine builder, Silly's Competition Engines, just built some real stout engines and just real fast, and the car has been absolutely on the money. So appreciate all those guys.
And you've got your own Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Sanchez Racing, correct?
Yep, Daniel Sanchez Racing on Facebook. We go live just about anywhere we're at. My girlfriend Allie does the live feeds while we're there, and it's we get a pretty good reach on that, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, and now this weekend, where are you going to run this weekend? I know you were really hoping to go to Fairbury, but the things didn't fall into place to get to go there. But where are you going to run this weekend?
Yeah, our plan is for this weekend, Limeland Motorsports Park on Friday, and then Waynesfield Raceway Park on Saturday. Larry Bose over at Waynesfield has been doing a fantastic job of building the track back up. He's really revamped the facility, made it very fan-friendly, and the track has been phenomenal all year. So some great racing action. So if you're in the Waynesfield, Ohio area, make sure you stop in and check it out, because it's sure to be a great show.
And then I know when we were talking too, you've got some races later on coming up, Eldora, down in Indiana.
Yep.
What's the closest track to 5 Star here that you think you'll end up being in?
I would like to still go to Fairbury at some point this year. The cards just didn't line up for this coming weekend. So, Fairbury is probably the closest here to 5 Star for me. But when we get the late model out, I haven't actually gotten to race the late model yet. So we're putting that together, and that'll be at Sycamore Speedway, about an hour and a half from here.
Well, that won't be too far. And it may be in a private practice session at a track close to here. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want us to get in trouble with our insurance man.
Yeah, that would be very good.
So we'll see what we can do to make that happen. Well, again, Daniel, you haven't mentioned obviously 5 Star, but other sponsors on your UMP car.
Yeah, like you said, 5 Star. I run all of our plastic body panels, our rocker panels, all the components we make here. MD3. There's our dirt brand of products here. Silly's Competition Engines, Joe and Gina Gorman help out tremendously. All-Star Performance, Jamie Scott's Auto and Tire Center. A lot of these places are in New York, where I'm originally from, like Dempsey Excavating. I got to thank my dad, my girlfriend, my whole family. My mom and my sister come out to watch racing when they can, and it's just, we have a lot of fun. It's a family event every time we go racing. My dad drives 10 hours, I drive 6. We meet, I tell him we meet in the middle. It's really, he's driving a little bit further, but we go and we have a great time every weekend. So just loving it. I can't thank the Schultz family enough for allowing me to travel as much as I do and race whenever I can, and really loving my time here at 5-Star, and just looking forward to the future.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on Monday at Wilmot for the World of Outlaw Late Models. First time ever at the Wilmot Raceway, along with the IMCA mods. And again, we may make a trip out here to 5-Star again with the show before the year's out.
Yeah.
We definitely enjoyed it out here. And some night we're gonna talk to Daniel a little bit longer. We are going to get Ruben on probably next week as the voice of the World of Outlaw Late Models. Again, he really felt badly when he sent me the email about, half hour before we went on the air. He says, I'm stuck in an airport and I'm getting ready to fly and I'll be in the air. So, and that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but he'll be on the mic with me on Monday. I'm looking forward to that. So again, Daniel, thank you again. Really appreciate it. And until we see you Monday at Wilmot and Saturday at Wilmot and Saturday 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock at Hartnell Chevrolet for the car show, this is Mike Babicz wishing you a pleasant evening, the best of tomorrows. Remember, kids, just say no to drugs. Thanks. Good night. God bless. And you can say this with me. Let's go racing!